Yeah, great breakdown, guys. I do think that the over is the spot here, and the Eagles seem like they are primed to roll. And I'm shocked at that number for the Eagles to win the division right now, because before the year started, I had to get them at minus 130. And Tomor talking about next week says the Saints will destroy the Eagles secondary. Let's move on to the Monday Nighter because we have to. 1-7 Giants at the 49ers, who are 2-7, but they're 2-2 at home. I find the under very appealing here. The Giants are coming off a bye. Does it matter? I'm not sure. But when we broke this game down on Tuesday, we had to be very quick. But Donnie, and I agreed with him completely, thought that Nick Mullins will come crashing down to earth. And I've started believing that more and more as I've watched money come in on the Niners. The Niners minus 2.5. Then there's minus 3. Now Friday, there's minus 3s and 3.5s. If I can get the Giants at plus 3.5, I think I should take him. Olivier Vernon has not provided the lift I was expecting. He's not the impact player he was a couple years ago. The Niners are energized by Mullins, and why wouldn't they be? You know, to a lesser degree of the Raiders. Now, this is back to the Giants. The Giants are playing uninspired football. And Mullins looks like he's the guy. He knows the playbook inside and out. He knows his checkdowns. And if you know the Niners, you know that Kyle Shanahan is a quarterback's coach. He's announced that Mullins has moved to the top of the depth chart for quarterbacks, and his offense is just quarterback friendly. Reuben Foster is playing poorly. We can't exactly figure out why that's happening. Their 49 secondary is banged up. Tart and Colbert are hurt. 8 sacks against the Raiders last week was impressive. This Giants O-line is banged up, and Eli is about as immobile as they come. And Beckham said today, he said, we're going to win 8 games, get in the playoffs, go 9-7. It's not an easy task, but that's the goal. Jesus Christ, Beckham. Holy shit. Is that what you think the
Drug
season's
test
going to end
that
up with? My God, Beckham.
I think I know what he was doing on his bye week.
Yes, which you're allowed to do in the CFL now. Hopefully in the NFL, they will be allowed to do that as well. God, I think the Giants at plus 3.5 have value here. Why don't we start with you, Whale Capper?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Giants have value as well. I don't particularly think Nick Mullins gets it done 2 prime time games in a row that Nick Mullins comes out and lights the world on fire. He loses. I like I can't remember the guy's name that broke his arm on Thursday Night Football. That off-pace back that they had. He was kind of mixing things up a little bit and giving them a nice little kind of disguise their looks a little bit. He'll be out now, which is a shame, I guess. But Nick Mullins, I think, is going to have a tough game, and I think the Giants. I don't expect them whatsoever to compete for a playoff spot. I don't think they're going to come within 4 wins of 8. But that said, I think they can get a win here in this game. I would take 3.5 in a heartbeat. I backed plus 3 at a pretty nice price earlier in the week, expecting it to come a little bit more in favor of the Giants. It's worth noting with these primetime games that the Giants are playing in, we're seeing a little bit of weird market activity. I'm not exactly sure I can explain it, but with legal betting in New York, New Jersey area, they're clearly taking a substantial amount of Giants money. So I wouldn't necessarily wait until Monday if you do like the Giants, because I would expect this thing to come into the 2.5 range as the metro area piles in on the G-men. It's weird that Eli Manning is as washed up as he is, but he has still compiling passing yards at the rate he is. And it's even crazier that they can't seem to convert the yardage gained into points. And eventually the Dams got a break on this. And with the banged up Niners team on the other side of the ball, I could see this being the week. The Giants team total over probably makes a little bit of sense as a look. You could see, with the weapons that they have, those guys could explode at any time, and it's going to be a pretty low total. So that might be worth a sniff. But for me, it's the Giants in this one or skip.
Yeah, I like that breakdown. I think that's the play. I think that's a great point, though, not to wait till Monday with the New York money coming in. I also feel like that the Giants on a primetime spot won't bring out the white flag. I think they'll give you some effort here. Donnie, what do you think about this Monday Nighter?
Yeah, this is one time where you think the Giants would give an effort. And like Eli Manning's not really tanking or what you think the Giants are. He's really that bad. But having said it, in this type of environment, I like to pick on stuff that where you see the previous week is like that smoke and mirrors. Like Nick Mullins isn't going to go out and throw for like 3 bills. And if he does, then maybe you say like, hey, like why did we sign Jimmy Garoppolo? We had Nick Mullins the whole time, and it's just about the system. I like to look at the overall landscape of what the Giants have been doing. I mean, take a look at their last 5 weeks. Is it any shame that they lost to New Orleans at home? Nope. 38 to 18. They actually played them competitively for 3 quarters. You go on the road to Carolina. Carolina plays really well at home. They lose on like a 57-yard field goal at the gun. All right, they got blasted on a Thursday night by the Philadelphia Eagles. That's going to happen to bad football teams. You go to Atlanta, 23-20. Is that any shame, going to Atlanta and losing by 3? And then you play the Washington Redskins 20-13, where your defense played extremely well. And if it wasn't for Eli Manning in that game going against a really good defense, they probably win that game. If you're getting 3.5 in here, it's the Giants or nobody. This is going to be a competitive game. And I love the fact that Nick Mullins and his, offensive misfits out there destroyed the Oakland Raiders, because that's all the public sees. Giants stink. Nick Mullins, really good. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I mean, read into that. But there are some outlying factors why the Giants do stink. That is a hellish schedule that we talked about even at IFBC to open up the year with a really good football team. Now you're going to hit that little soft patch and play a really weak opponent. I think they're going to have some resistance out there, and I think the Giants can actually put up a fight and maybe win this game.
I agree. I'm going to back the Giants plus 3.5. I don't believe in fairy tales. I do not believe what happened last week with Mullins will continue. I think he comes crashing down to earth because the world is a scary place. Not full of unicorns and 300-yard passing games from an undrafted kid. I think he's going to come crashing down to earth, and I'm going to make money off of it. Troy V saying first half under New York Giants, San Francisco. You guys mean so much to us here in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us and being a part of this. I absolutely love working with these 2 incredible cappers, and my bank account thanks them very much.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.